Hi guys, how are you all doing this evening? My name is Titus Lawrence Jr. I am your current Mr. Senior for the 2020-2021 academic school year.
And I am Ashley Jones, a senior biology major, and I serve as the fifth senior for the 2020-2021 school year.
We want to welcome you to our Business Tigers Worldwide Business Professional Fashion Show, and we're going to start with a little intro video here. Hope you guys are ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
As you can see, reinforcement has called We Are Your Reinforcement. We are here to teach you guys all about being professional and what it should look like. We're going to give you guys a nice little presentation. I know y'all excited. Y'all heard fashion show and everybody just ran to the link. But we got to be serious first and give y'all some good information, great tips. So we're going to start off with our presentation.
All right, business professional versus business casual, as well as formal attire. Do's and don'ts when it comes to business professional attire. What is business professional attire exactly? Business professional is similar to business formal, but does not necessarily mean you have to break out your best shoes and best suit. Here we have a couple of examples of what to wear and what not to wear when dressing business professional. And on our next slide, we have a couple examples. You want to do a solid color suit, preferably black, preferably neutral colors, black, navy blue, gray, solid color tie with dress socks and a solid color belt to match the footwear that you have on. And speaking of footwear, you also want to make sure it's black or brown hard bottom dress shoes. Examples of good brands for guys most definitely will be Stacey Adams, Cole Haan, and Steve Madden. And you want to be a long long sleeve collared button down shirt as well. Hair can play an important part in your business professional attire. You want to make sure it's neatly done as well. All right. The difference between business professional and business casual. Appropriate business casual dress includes slacks or khakis. It also includes dress shirts, blouses for women, or open collar polo shirt for men. Optional tie or seasonal sports coat, tailored blazers, knit shirt or sweater, and loafers or dress shoes that cover all or most of the foot.
So what is
not business professional? You don't want to do any loud colored suits in the business professional setting. No bright oranges, no bright reds, no bright yellows, no baby blue like it's Easter Sunday, right? And with your earrings, you want to make sure I don't think it's acceptable for guys, but for women, we don't want to do the big hoop earrings. We want to do something small, petite, like the pearl earrings or something like that. We would consider bow ties business professional, more so business casual, as well as loafers. When it comes to jewelry, you don't want anything flashy. You want something like a watch would suffice. Something that's neutral, not too blinky. Jeans, definitely not business professional, as well as short sleeve collar polo t-shirts. That's more business casual. Now let's talk about formal attire. Formal wear is based around the daytime black lounge suit, as well as the evening black tie dinner, like if you will wear a tux with a bow tie or a formal dinner or something. And for our ladies, it would be an evening gown. That will be formal attire. As you guys do know, for Dress Success Wednesdays, we center around business professional attire, and we want to keep it there. Not seeing evening gowns as well as business casual wear. Now, our short presentation has showed you and highlighted the differences between business professional, business casual, and formal attire, and now you'll know how to dress appropriately in the workplace. I want to thank you guys for watching our little presentation here. Hope you're ready for the next part. Thank you.
One thing you want to remember is that when you're dressing professional, less is more. So small studs, nice low buns, ladies. You don't want to have anything too extravagant, nothing too big, something simple, plain. You guys stick to the basics when it comes to professional wear. You want to look as comfortable yet understood as possible. You don't want to give off the wrong type of look. And we all know that certain items do give a look. We all say that clothes are a statement. They really are. So when you're thinking about professional or business, less is more. You want to be as calm and put together as possible. So now we're going to introduce my favorite person. Everybody knows him. It's Mr. Shed Dawson. He's going to give you guys a little presentation. He's going to actually show you and give you some tips for when you do put on your professional dress, things that you should look for, things that you should pay attention to. Mr. Dawson, take it away.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone. We'll just go over some really quick tips that we have for you in reference to when you actually do wear your uniform, and that's the word we want to use. So when you're thinking about dressing for success and you go into the workforce, you want to make sure. Oh, sorry about that. Had it on mute. Okay. So again, good evening, everyone. We just want to give you a few tips on when you're wearing your uniform in the workforce. And so when we say uniform, we're talking about if you're going to go play basketball, do you look like you belong on that court? If you're going to go play golf, do you look like you belong out there on the golf course? When you go into the business environment, do you look like you belong in that environment? Do you know how to wear the outfit? And so one of the reasons we do Dress for Success here at Savannah State is because we want our students to graduate comfortable in professional attire. So we want you to know what professional attire is, but also we want you to be comfortable in that. And so people who wear it for the first time, you will notice they'll twitch and they'll be getting everything comfortable and moving around in it the whole time. We want you to not think about what you got on. We want you to think about what you have in your mind, what you have to offer the workforce or the presentation or the consulting or whatever it is you're doing. We want them to focus on that while being impressed with you when you walk through the door for the first impression that they give you. And so a few tips that we would give in reference to uniform. Now, your first suit, if you're going to get a suit, should be a navy blue suit. Your second suit should be a gray suit. Your third suit could either be a black suit or it can be a navy blue with the pinstripe or a gray with the pinstripe. You always want to start off there. Nice, conservative colors. As you build your wardrobe, you'll shift it out, but you really want to keep your uniforms in dark colors at all times if you can. And so you see our Tanya and Taj, our Tanya Tiger and Taj Tiger, they're dressed and ready to impress, right? And so you'll see on Tanya, she has conservative suit, right? If you look down, you'll notice that her dress or skirt goes all the way down, right? And so, yeah, you say it sounds a little conservative, but starting off your first suits, you want them to go all the way down to your knees. Look at their shoes. You look at both of their shoes, they're fairly clean, fairly shine. When you get into the workforce, you want to make sure you keep your kit inside your office, inside a drawer. So every time you go into a meeting, you can either brush your shoes off real quick or apply a little bit of polish on there, circle it on, and then brush it in there to get a nice shine. That's always impressive. Again, people are sizing you up from the bottom up, not from the top down. They start from the bottom, they look all the way up to your top. And of course, when they get to the top, what's in the top there? And so when you get into the workforce, this is a tip that I would give you. Going into the workforce, I would suggest you get a conservative hairstyle starting off. Once you get in there, you have proven who you are. You prove that no one can compete with you. You prove that you deserve to be in that workspace. Then you can get more creative with your hairstyle. But the trick is, the higher you get up in the on the chain of command, the more conservative your hair is going to be. And one of the things we say in Dress for Success is always make sure you dress for the job you want, not the job that you have. And so if you're not worried about your hair, how else can you express yourself? You can express yourself by making the company do the things, the great ideas and innovative things that you present, and they love it. And you can express yourself that way. You can express yourself on the weekend by having fun. You can express yourself by homecoming, anything else that you want to do, but you got to be careful of using the workplace to express yourself. And that goes along with the uniform. Again, we talk about conservative colors and things of that nature. If you look at Taj, his pants go all the way down to his bottom of his shoes, right? And so you want to make sure that your pants go all the way down. Now, what happens often is we'll buy a suit based on the trends of today, but we won't be able to wear that suit for maybe a year or 2 years. 10 years from now, you should be able to wear the same suit you bought today should be in style in 10 years. And that's an investment in your future, right? $150 for a men's suit, maybe $80 if you get to the right places for a women's suit. And you can really make an investment. And after you get 10 suits, you can circle them around and people won't really realize which suit you're wearing on every day, because then you can accessorize. So you can see Taj, he can wear the same outfit and wear a different tie every time, and people will only focus on the tie. He has on a baby blue shirt, perfectly acceptable for men, white shirts, off-white shirts, baby blue shirts, and believe it or not, a pink shirt are acceptable professional attire for men in the workplace. For ladies, it's a lot more opportunities, different colors. Definitely the white is always acceptable. Pastel colors are always acceptable. What you want to be careful of, and that's for both parts, even when you're wearing a tie, are those bright colors. And so when we say it, like, you want your suit to speak for you, but what is it saying, right? And you don't want it when it speaks to be yelling at everybody, right? And so again, you want to make sure that you walk in your room, they notice you, but they're not, looking at you that way, okay? Notice Tanya's wearing her pearls. When you wear accessories, and it's for men and women, you should be conservative as best as possible. Do not go over the top. Women with earrings should not be dangling. Studs are always appropriate. And wear just enough rings and bracelets and bangles and things of that nature. You don't want it to be too gaudy or to be taking attention away from what you're saying if there's too much going on or too much sound being made. Gentlemen, it's a lot more conservative. You want to keep it to a wedding ring, a watch, and maybe a wristband on one side. If you notice, both of our tigers have on their lapel pins. And so this is one way that you can express yourself, but you got to be careful. So one thing that I would suggest that in the workplace is that you wear the business lapel pin, or you wear your university's lapel pin if that's the case. But you want to be careful what you put on there, because you don't want to do anything that's going to be offensive to someone or that might cause you some trouble. And keep in mind, people can discriminate against you and never tell you that they did it. And so all kinds of decisions are made behind closed doors, and you don't want people making decisions about you based on something that your clothing said and that it didn't really represent what you were trying to tell. And so really, basically, this is a good tip. Gentlemen, make sure that your shirt, you always wear a long shirt when you wear a suit, and make sure that it sticks all the way out, less than an inch outside of the shirt. In the back here, gentlemen, you'll notice some suits have vents in the back. And so with the vent, you want to make sure that you take this off and release this. The purpose of this is to keep from breaking your suit, to ripping your suit or pulling your buttons when you sit down. And so the vent allows flexibility, so your suit is not too tight when you sit down or move around too much. There's a lot of flexibility. Ladies, I know in many cases you may not want to hear, but professional attire would say that you wear hosiery. Not all the times, not all the cases, and things are changing over time, but in the professional first chance you get, I would wear hosiery until I realized what the dress style and things go along in the workplace. And In closing out, I will just tell you the story of an SSU alum. Recently, in the past 3 or 4 years, he went to go work at IBM as an intern. And as an intern, he had always participated in Dress for Success at Savannah State. But when he went to IBM as an intern, he always wore either a shirt or he would wear a shirt and tie and slacks. And everybody messed with him because they wore khakis and they wore polo shirts. And they always messed with him like, oh, you're so dressed. You're always so dressed. And one time, someone from the 8th floor, which in that building of IBM in Texas was the executive suite. And a person came down from the 8th floor, walked past his desk, stopped, backed up, asked him about himself, asked what school he went to, asked what he was doing there at IBM, what his career plans were, and offered him an opportunity to go play golf with him and some other administrators that weekend. And the supervisor who was supervising the student couldn't go because he didn't know how to play golf. The student just happened to know how to play golf. And the way he was dressed impressed that executive administrator who walked on that floor. And so again, what is your outfit saying for you, and who are you saying it to? And is it yelling and screaming, or is it getting your point across to give you an opportunity to give your elevator speech and then be invited to an opportunity to really talk and tell who you are? In the workplace, every day is an interview. People are watching everything you do, listening to everything you say, and taking notes on what you're contributing. And so you want to make sure that you're learning everything you can learn in the classroom, that you are representing yourself as a representative of the organization that you're in, and that you have a plan in your mind on what success will look like for you. And you'll always be ready for those opportunities when they come forward. So thank you guys, and I hope this was useful.
All right, guys. So to wrap up your video here, we have a video for you. This is our This Professional Fashion Show. All right, guys. This is the wrap up our This Professional Fashion Show. Here you see the video shortly. I hope you guys enjoy it. I want to thank all the models that put in their hard work for Savage and DSP. Here we go.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit. They say they gon' ride me, see me never do, cause they know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news clip. Audemars on my wrist, bust down. We popping bottles like I scored a winning touchdown. Remember me dead broke, look at me up now. I run my city from South Philly back to uptown. Thank God, all these bottles I pop, all the paper I've been getting, all these models I pop. I done sold 100,000 for my album got dropped. And I'm only 23. I'm just that look at me. I'm a boss like my Rose. Shorty asked me for a check, I told that like no way. Cause I made it from the bottom, it was never no way. And I never had a job, you know I had to sell, yeah. I'm a boss, I call a shot. I'm with the murder team, call a cop. We in the building, y'all are not. You showing the paper, you gon' ball or not. I'm a boss. I play the shots, I call the calls. We in this, it's going down. Yeah, I'm the kid that with my motherfucking crown. I'm a boss. I play the shots, I call the calls. Yeah. Hey, got so many.
All right, we just want to give a couple shout outs to everybody that made this possible. Definitely Savage Modeling for all the models that did volunteer, as well as Ahmad from DSP helping put our PowerPoint together. Mr. Smalls for helping us be on the YouTube live page for Student Life tonight. Definitely Mr. Dawson for helping out with our presentation tonight, and the lovely Miss Singh, of course. Plenty of work here. We appreciate everyone that came out, and we hope you guys look forward to our next event.